Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Jumpstart your January goals at Whole Foods Market. They have hundreds of yellow sale tags for feel-good savings across the store. Explore sales on sustainable wild-caught sockeye salmon fillets, organic boneless chicken breasts, and many more quality finds to support your wellness journey. In fact, Whole Foods Market is the only certified organic national grocer. Shop Whole Foods Market with so many ways to save all month long. Terms apply.
The longer you stay alive, the longer you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. So here are some tips. Do not parallel park on a cliff if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not microwave a hard-boiled egg if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with the price that never goes up. Stay alive and enjoy unlimited wireless for $25 a month forever with Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
If you grew up being told to be nice, don't make waves, or just be easygoing, you learned early that your feelings weren't as important as keeping everyone else comfortable. Maybe you were praised for being the good girl who never caused trouble, while watching boys around you get attention for being loud, demanding, or taking up space. You might not have realized it then, but you were being trained to tolerate emotional neglect and minimize your own needs, setting you up perfectly to be scapegoated by narcissistic family members and partners later in life. Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today, we're exploring how patriarchal conditioning from childhood creates the perfect storm for narcissistic abuse, teaching girls from an early age to prioritize everyone else's comfort over their own emotional reality. This isn't just about the way things were or innocent social expectations. This early gender conditioning serves as the foundation that narcissistic family systems and partners exploit to maintain control. When girls are systematically taught that their feelings matter less, that being accommodating is their highest virtue, and that causing any disruption makes them difficult, they're being groomed to accept emotional neglect as normal. By the time most girls reach school age, they've already internalized these messages. They've learned that being sweet and understanding gets positive attention, while expressing frustration or standing up for themselves gets them labeled as problematic. Meanwhile, boys are encouraged to be assertive, take up space, and make their needs known. This isn't an accident. It's a systematic preparation for a lifetime of unequal emotional labor. In narcissistic family systems, this conditioning becomes a weapon. The family member using narcissistic tactics doesn't have to work very hard to silence a daughter who's already been taught that her feelings are secondary. They just have to reinforce what she's already learned. That good girls don't make trouble, that her job is to be accommodating, and that any pushback from her is evidence of her being difficult or selfish. You might have experienced this as constant messages about being too sensitive when you expressed hurt, or being told you were causing drama when you tried to address mistreatment. The narcissistic family member could rely on your conditioning to do most of the silencing work for them. You'd police yourself, wondering if maybe you were being too demanding, if maybe you should just be more understanding. In romantic relationships, this early training makes women prime targets for partners who have no intention of meeting their emotional needs. The woman has already been taught that her role is to be supportive and understanding, that asking for too much makes her needy or high maintenance. The narcissistic partner doesn't have to convince her that her needs don't matter. She's already been convinced of that by years of conditioning. What's particularly insidious is how this conditioning gets reinforced by everyone around you. Well-meaning family members, teachers, and even other women perpetuate these messages. When you're upset about unfair treatment, they remind you to be the bigger person. When you're frustrated about having your needs ignored, they suggest you pick your battles. When you're angry about being disrespected, they tell you to just let it go. This creates a perfect feedback loop for narcissistic family members and partners. Every time you express a legitimate need or complaint, the broader culture reinforces their dismissal. You're not just fighting against one person's invalidation. You're fighting against a lifetime of messages telling you that your feelings aren't as important as maintaining peace. The conditioning also teaches women to be grateful for the absolute minimum. You learn to celebrate small gestures and overlook major neglect. This makes you the perfect target for someone who gives just enough attention to keep you hoping, but never enough to actually meet your needs. You've been trained to appreciate crumbs while starving emotionally. Here's what's especially damaging. This conditioning makes you doubt your own perceptions. When someone treats you poorly, your first instinct isn't to question their behavior. It's to question whether you're being too demanding. You've been taught to assume you're the problem, that your expectations are unreasonable, that you should be more grateful for whatever attention you get. The narcissistic family member or partner exploits this conditioning ruthlessly. They know you've been taught to prioritize harmony over your own needs, so they position any request you make as you being divisive or selfish. They know you've been taught to be understanding, so they frame their neglect as something you should accept with grace. This is why so many women in narcissistic relationships feel like they're going crazy. Their natural responses to mistreatment conflict with decades of conditioning telling them to be accommodating. Part of them knows something is wrong, but another part keeps insisting they should be more patient, more understanding, more grateful. The tragedy is that your natural impulses were right. When you felt hurt by emotional neglect, that was accurate information. When you felt frustrated by having your needs dismissed, that was a healthy response. When you wanted more attention, care, or respect, those were reasonable desires. But the conditioning taught you to distrust those instincts and prioritize everyone else's comfort instead. Understanding this dynamic is crucial because it helps you see that the problem wasn't your needs being too big. It was a system designed to make you believe they were. Your desire for emotional connection wasn't needy. Your frustration with mistreatment wasn't dramatic. Your anger about being ignored wasn't selfish. These were normal human responses to abnormal treatment. The narcissistic family member or partner counted on your conditioning to keep you trapped. They knew you'd been taught to doubt yourself, to minimize your needs, to be endlessly understanding. They didn't have to convince you that you didn't deserve better. The culture had already done that work for them. But here's what that conditioning didn't teach you. Your feelings are valid information about how you're being treated. Your needs matter as much as anyone else's. Your emotional well-being is not less important than someone else's convenience. And expecting basic respect and care doesn't make you difficult. It makes you human. Here's something to reflect on. What early messages about your feelings and how you should behave do you recognize? And how have they influenced the way the people who scapegoated you treated your emotions? Thanks for being here today. If you're working through the ways patriarchy has shaped your family dynamics and your own internalized beliefs, I want you to know this work matters. Unlearning generations of conditioning isn't easy, but it's how we break these cycles. Before we wrap up, I want to make sure you know about the resources available to support this journey. If you're ready to dive deeper, I've created Forward Rising Academy with an Intro to Narcissistic Abuse Recovery course that is a great comprehensive course to get you started on this path. You can find that along with somatic healing sessions and our recovery workbook at waketheelephant.gumroad.com. And if you're finding value in these episodes, we have ad-free versions and bonus content over on Supercast at narcissisticabuserecovery.supercast.com. For additional resources, visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com. This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shared is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are experiencing a mental health crisis, please seek help from a qualified professional or contact a local crisis hotline.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Are you ready to take your small biz to the next level? At the UPS Store, we have the key to unlock a world of possibilities. We'll sign for your packages and protect them from porch pirates. We'll send text straight to your phone so you're in the loop for new deliveries. And give your small biz the street cred it deserves with a real street address. So what are you waiting for? Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.